I considered it. I did consider it, but I said no. Hey y'all, welcome to the speed build of Fruity Pebbles, a colorful house that is named after the cereal by Post. This house is in the empty house that's attached to Bougie Brownstone, the New York inspired kinda townhouse, and I'll leave a card for that video so you can check out after this one, and make sure you also like, comment, and subscribe while you're doing that. Thank you. I'm winking at you, but you just can't see it, but no, I'm winking. This house. Y'all, I gotta tell you about this house because it has been putting me through it, but I love it. I really do. This is my fourth time building this, and I said to myself, if this version doesn't work out, I'ma just hang it up flat screen. I don't know what it was, but the vision that I saw in my head for this house was not coming to fruition. So I'm gonna backtrack a little. Like I said, it's called Fruity Pebbles and is inspired by Winter Nine's Lego collection and also based off of the cereal. So it was always going to be eccentric, but it was originally supposed to be an apartment. My first attempt at this place was way too big. The apartment I built was way too big, and I didn't have enough furniture to fill it out or even enough wallpaper to get the look. Second attempt, it just looked bad. It just looked horrible. I'm like, girl, you cannot post this. Start over. Third attempt, I did it as a build with me style where like I talk and build at the same time. That was just a no. I barely talked, and who's editing all of that? Not me. So it wasn't worth it. No. So we also hung that one up flat screen. So I backed away from the house, but I was determined to build this house because at this point, we're beefing. And I got to see it through. And that is exactly what I did because finally, as we are here today, it is done. So let's talk about it. And again, excuse if the audio doesn't always match up. I just talk for general overall explanation. The first floor is my favorite just due to how all of the colors blend together. To try and mitigate it from getting too crazy tacky, I used this nice light wood floor by Little Dicka to try and tone it down a notch. In the kitchen, I did some Cosmo and Wanda colors by picking the main cabinets to be pink with the green shells and a green wall. Also a very nice island that is from a different pack, but the island is yellow, though you can kind of tell from the side. The island cabinets are by Little Dicka and an Eco Kitchen set, whereas the rest of the kitchen is from Hey Harry and her brownstone set. The hanging light above the island is by KHD, and I've never used it before, but the shape is fun, and I wanted to do things as differently as possible with this place so that it's not the exact same as my normal stuff. The dining room area is smaller compared to Bougie Brownstone because the kitchen island is bigger. Also, this house as a whole is a lot smaller than that one. Reason being, this house was just a filler. I never planned on reusing it, but since trying to make this place an apartment kept flopping, I thought why not use this and see if it works. And I think Bougie Brownstone has some powers because I also really love the way the house came out and I really love the way this one came out. So, Bougie, thank you. I appreciate you. Grabbing inspiration from this one specific Instagram page called Interior Eccentric, the places they posted had a lot of gallery walls, which if you keep up with me, I love. So I did that in the dining room and I tried to extend it as far as possible into the living room so that it's not just stuck in one specific area, but I didn't want the entire wall to be gallery wall. I considered it. I did consider it, but I said no. That's doing too much. And a place with this color palette to me just screams plants, and my hanging plant collection isn't big, but I did my best with what I had and I added some potted floor plants. I also added a bench underneath the window for no real reason than to just take up space. The living room took me a minute because I didn't want it to be my typical fireplace bookcases, but I had something else to put there. However, I used these bookcases by Peacemaker. So like, I know I just said I didn't want it to be my typical fireplace bookcases, and it is, but my original plan flopped. We just gonna move past that. I used these bookcases by Peacemaker, which I've only used once before, and the design of them is pretty cool. So at least to me, it's a little different since it's not a standard horizontal shelf bookcase, and that's also a different fireplace. Typically, I use the same one from Vintage Glamour, but I changed it up a little bit for y'all. You know, had to add a little razzle dazzle up in there. Then the chairs are from Harry and Felix Andre's living room collection, and the design of that chair is just so stunning to me. I just want to sit on one in real life and see if it's as comfy as it looks. Then for the floor, I didn't do an area rug. I used carpet by Peacemaker, and Peace always has such an extensive color palette with all of their items, so thank you so much for that. Shout out to you. And yeah, so I just picked different colors and laid them down at random, and I really love the way that it came out. It looks really cool. I did run into an issue with the walls though. So originally I used Simspiration Build's textile wallpaper because it has texture, but this house was being a hater and the wall started to glitch. So I ended up using the wallpaper that came with Harry's brownstone collection, and honestly, I like it. It gives the place some age instead of being too modern. Now, it did make the place less pastel than I had hoped, but it's okay because like with the floor, it helped tone everything down a little bit, so it wasn't too like crazy gaudy. And still, I think if you walk into this place, you can understand it. It's eccentric. I don't think the walls take that away. I mean, look at the kitchen. Upstairs, the floor plan got weird because this place is smaller than Bougie, like I said, so it's kind of oddly shaped, but that's okay. The point was to get the vision across, and we all know, like I said, floor plans are not my forte. That is why I go to Architect Google to help your girl out, but it's fine. We still got it done. For once, for a change, I actually started off in the bathroom, which, as I've also mentioned, is not my strong suit. The bathroom is very simple but cute, if I do say so myself. You know, I like it, not biased or anything, and I really love the floor. For decor wise in there, I use Hudson set by Peacemaker, Eco Kitchen by Little Dicka, and Bathroom by Harry and Felix. After that, we move into the bedroom with a bed by Sunday's Sims. Since the room is small, I didn't want to block the bathroom door, so I pushed the bed as close to the wall as possible without the duvet clipping through it, and placed some nightstands. I love putting mirrors above nightstands ever since I saw Aaliyah's face here on YouTube do it, which I'll link her room decor video, because I was inspired by one video and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this in every house, and I'm gonna do it in real life one day too. Then I also put, which I love this section of the wall, but I used these L-shaped shelves to place books on so that they could be a little reading nook area underneath the two paintings that I placed. I just really love the way the shelf sits on the side of the frame. Like, to me it was giving me chef's kiss, and I was like, oh, Hannah, you're mine. No, I'm kidding. It's just really cute. I never do that. Typically I do all the way across horizontal shelves, so this little L-shaped shelf is very cute. And this room is probably the darkest room due to the wallpaper, so I did end up adding a window to help brighten the place up. And again, it's small, so I kept it simple. It's not overly decorated, but most of my builds, if I've mentioned, are not. I like blank spaces in a house and like pretty much clear surfaces. I don't like overly cluttered surfaces unless it's like a shelf. Next, we scroll into the office, and I use this very large bookcase by Chicklet, which took up all the space on the wall. Love that for me. I also love the color, and again, I wanted to do something different, so that's why I chose those bookcases. I've never used them, but they've been sitting in my game for a while. There's also a desk area with 2 computers for Sims and some books. Nothing extravagant over here, however, I think it's nice, if I do say so myself. You know, not that I built it or anything. No, I did. Okay. And lastly, we go into the other office slash game room. So at first I wasn't sure what to do with this space, but then I realized I downloaded Cibulette's Geek Sets and thought, aha, gamer section. So along the back wall I did that, and I placed a computer tower, headphones, and Xbox by Simmer Kate, along with manga, One Piece for any of my One Piece readers out there, and posters from Ebonics. On the other side, I created another reading area featuring items from KHD. I love that bookcase a lot. I just used it in my The White House speed build, which will also be linked if you want to check that out, but in a different colorway. I really love this colorway though. Then I placed a couple armchairs and a side table to act as a coffee table since the room is small, and that's pretty much it. The landing is bland, but that's fine. Yeah, that pretty much brings us to the completion of Fruity Pebbles. I also left the exterior of the house the same. I decided not to change it because I wanted all of the fun to be on the inside. And yeah, so with that, thank you so much for watching. All links will be in the description. I've been listing the CC used as a post on my Tumblr solely because the description box has a character limit. So a link to my Tumblr along with links to everything else that I mentioned will be in the description box. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Let me know what your favorite room is, and I will see you in my next video.